XRP is making smaller gains along the way, but actually, there are some gigantic price gains about to be made. Will XRP really reach new all-time highs very soon? And will it even reach $28 by March 2022? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away $500 at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome back XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribe. At the present, the price of XRP is caught between support and resistance, or between $1 and $1.20, according to the technical analysis. It appears that XRP is prepared to experiment with higher levels of trading volume as the pressure mounts on the cryptocurrency market. Before that can happen, the price must first break through the $1.20 mark with confidence and increasing volume. The pricing has also produced a parabola that goes all the way back to March 2020, according to the chart. For as long as the price of XRP does not go below the critical support level of 1 cent, it maintains a bullish bias. The volume has been constant for the past 2 weeks, showing a lack of trust in the direction in which the market is headed. Although this is the case, there are some early signs that bulls are gaining the upper hand, as seen by the price making higher lows on a daily timescale, among other things. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, is steadily growing in line with the movement of the price index, price movement. Currently, there are no signs that this trend will be reversible in the foreseeable future. The moving averages are on the approach of completing a bullish cross throughout the 3-day timeframe. Until the histogram crosses over into the positive area, there is still 1 day left. This indicates that the value of XRP has the potential to increase in the future. The market action at the $1.20 resistance level, however, must be closely monitored at all times. The current market attitude is one of cautious optimism. In order for the bulls to acquire greater confidence, however, they must first see the market break over the $1.20 resistance level. Even if there are some early indicators that this may be the case in the near future, it is always best to wait for official confirmation before making any final decisions. A breakout. However, a break over the resistance level might result in a comeback, while a loss below $1 would change market sentiment to the negative. While the yellow parabola is still in place, there are sufficient grounds to maintain a bullish bias in the market for the time being. There was an uptick in XRP's social volume, but it wasn't anything as extreme as what we saw back in April, when the cryptocurrency's price was flying through the roof and everyone was going crazy about it. This lack of attention from the public is beneficial for the time being, and even more so when the price continues to inch upwards but social volume remains low, suggesting that the crowd is possibly still in disbelief. Despite a decline in the number of social mentions for XRP, the company claims that its network has seen a massive increase in the number of daily active addresses since the altcoin's low point in late July, indicating that investors are likely discovering real-world applications for the cryptocurrency. Recent analysis has revealed that Ripple is on a parabolic upswing, which may see the price reach as high as $28 by March 2022, according to the latest data. By the way, do you think we'll actually see $28 soon? Let us know in the comment section down below. Is there anything that can be done to halt this parabolic upward trajectory? You could believe that the SEC lawsuit is the only one. However, there is another element that might prevent that from happening. Even better, it's a brand new rival. The RippleNet platform was created as a competitive alternative to the SWIFT network, which is used by the majority of banks for cross-border transactions, or the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. The XRP token was utilized on the platform to provide on-demand liquidity, allowing international transactions to be settled in seconds for as little as 0.00001 XRP in the case of domestic transactions. This was done in order to give banks with a more affordable and speedier alternative to SWIFT, which might take anywhere from 30 minutes to a day or more to complete transactions. SWIFT is the most widely used method of transferring money across borders, with more than 11,000 financial institutions representing more than 4 billion accounts in more than 200 countries utilizing the system. However, with the aid of the XRP currency, RippleNet has had a significant effect, with more than 300 financial institutions in at least 45 countries signing on to use the network as of September 2017. However, SWIFT has created a new service called SWIFT Go in order to compete with Ripple in the area of quicker transactions. In the same way as RippleNet does, it allows for near instantaneous transactions for low-value cross-border payments. While SWIFT Go may match the speed of the RippleNet platform, there are several significant advantages to using Ripple. First and foremost, despite the fact that the transaction is virtually instantaneous, settlement on SWIFT Go still takes at least a day or more, whereas settlement on Ripple XRP is likewise instantaneous. Second, SWIFT Go has greater fees, whereas XRP is almost completely free. Do you agree that SWIFT is by far not as great as Ripple? If yes, then make sure to like this video. The SEC's action and the launch of SWIFT Go are two factors that investors should keep an eye on, as they might assist the stock break out of its parabolic rise. But if these don't happen, we expect it to follow the trend and reach $28 by March 2022. Comment, XRP Army, if you believe XRP will not break underneath the parabolic uptrend. Lastly, you won't be shocked to learn that the SEC case has been extended further. The SEC is interested in learning more about what transpired at important meetings that included Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, as well as other company workers, according to a statement. The agency intends to utilize the recordings as proof that Ripple intentionally and recklessly promoted and sold XRP as an investment contract, and as a result, as a security, in violation of federal securities laws. As the discovery deadline approaches, Ripple has an advantage in that time is running out. However, the court may still authorize a limited search that might unearth fresh and potentially damaging information. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has previously said that the recordings it already has in its possession are critical to its legal claims against Ripple. The plaintiff has just submitted a response in support of its letter requesting that Ripple be ordered to undertake a reasonable search of pertinent video and audio taped recordings of internal Ripple meetings in order to obtain an injunction against the company. The SEC argued that Ripple's conduct necessitated this motion. Ripple failed to search its library of recordings, or even inform the SEC that it was withholding responsive recordings, until its former chief compliance officer testified in the last month of fact discovery that Ripple maintained such recordings. Furthermore, in its earlier petition to the court about recordings, the SEC specifically retained the right to seek the court's intervention over the extent of Ripple's search for relevant documents if the parties were unable to come to an agreement on the scope of Ripple's search. Indeed, according to some experts, Ripple's search is not reasonably structured to discover relevant recordings for the 33 agreed-upon custodians, as evidenced by the fact that the search returns no results. Ripple has decided to store certain of its recordings in generically named places, claiming that doing a complete search of these locations for all relevant documents would be time-consuming and inefficient. What do you think about XRP's chances to hit $28 by March 2022? Will it maybe go even higher? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.